Summary of the poem, song, Go and Catch a Falling Star by Donne. Donne's poem Go and Catch a Falling Star is a compelling exploration of the elusive nature of true fidelity and the skepticism surrounding it. Through a series of impossible tasks and fantastical imagery, Donne highlights the rarity of genuine virtue and the inevitable disillusionment that accompanies the search for it. The poem opens with a series of fantastical and unattainable challenges: catching a falling star, obtaining a mandrake root, a plant associated with magical properties, discovering the location of all past years, or learning who cleft the devil's foot. These tasks are designed to underscore the poet's belief that finding a truly faithful woman is as impossible as performing these mythical feats. The use of these impossible tasks establishes the tone of skepticism that permeates the poem. Donne then shifts to asking the reader to perform another set of fantastical tasks. He suggests riding for 10,000 days and nights to witness all strange wonders and to see things invisible to the human eye. Upon return, if the traveler were to reveal the existence of a woman who is both true and fair, it would be a miraculous discovery. However, Donne's tone remains skeptical, as he expresses doubt that such a woman could exist, despite any evidence to the contrary. This skepticism is deepened by the concluding lines, where he insists that even if such a woman were found, she would be unfaithful to 2 or 3 men before he arrives. The poem is written in a lyrical and contemplative style, using a regular rhythm and meter to reflect its reflective nature. It employs a regular rhyme scheme and meter that contributes to its musical quality, with the rhymed couplets and alternating lines providing a sense of structure and order. This formal structure contrasts with the whimsical and imaginative content of the poem, enhancing the impact of the poet's message. The poem's structure is composed of 3 stanzas, each following a consistent rhythmic pattern and rhyme scheme. The first stanza presents the impossible tasks, the second describes the seemingly endless journey to discover the truth about human fidelity, and the third concludes with the poet's resigned disbelief. This structure mirrors the progression of the poet's thought process, from challenging the reader to recognizing the futility of such a search. The central theme of the poem revolves around the idea of disillusionment with human nature, particularly concerning the authenticity of love and fidelity. Through his imaginative and almost cynical perspective, Donne communicates his belief that true virtue and genuine fidelity are as rare and unattainable as the fantastical tasks he describes. The poem reflects a deep skepticism about the possibility of finding true faithfulness and serves as a commentary on the human condition and the nature of relationships.
Line-by-line explanation of the poem, song, Go and Catch a Falling Star by Donne.
Line 1. Go and catch a falling star. The poet begins by presenting an impossible task, catching a falling star. This line sets the tone for the poem, emphasizing that some endeavors are as unattainable as they are fantastical. The falling star symbolizes something rare and transient, suggesting that finding true fidelity is similarly elusive and unattainable. Line 2. Get with child a mandrake root. The second line continues with another fantastical and implausible task, getting a mandrake root to bear a child. The mandrake is a mythical plant with magical connotations, reinforcing the sense of impossibility. This line emphasizes the rarity of achieving such a feat, paralleling the difficulty of finding true virtues in real life. Line 3. Tell me where all past years are. Here, the poet asks for the impossible knowledge of where all past years are located. This line highlights the futility of trying to retrieve or fully understand lost time, reinforcing the theme of unattainability in the search for true fidelity. Line 4, or who cleft the devil's foot. This line refers to a mythical or supernatural event, specifically asking who split the devil's foot. It introduces another element of the fantastical, further stressing the impracticality and absurdity of the task, thereby accentuating the skepticism about finding true virtue. Line 5, teach me to hear mermaids singing. The poet then invokes the idea of hearing mermaids sing, a fantastical and magical occurrence. This line represents something beyond human reach, underscoring the challenge of achieving the unattainable, which mirrors the difficulty of finding genuine fidelity. Line 6, or to keep off envy's stinging. Here, the poet addresses the challenge of avoiding envy, a common and painful human emotion. This task highlights the difficulty of managing or escaping human frailties, suggesting that even dealing with such emotional challenges is daunting. Line 7, and find. This line acts as a transition from the previous impossible tasks to a new request, connecting the previous lines with the current one. It maintains the theme of seeking something elusive. Line 8, what wind? The poet metaphorically refers to finding the right circumstances or influences that might be favorable. This line implies that understanding or discovering the optimal conditions for achieving something noble is as unpredictable and elusive as the previous tasks. Line 9, serves to advance an honest mind. The poet seeks to discover what influences or conditions would best promote a virtuous and honest mindset. Despite the search, this too remains elusive, highlighting the challenge of nurturing true virtue. Line 10. If thou be'st born to strange sights. This line introduces the idea that if someone is born with the ability to see or experience extraordinary things, they might be able to achieve what is otherwise impossible. It suggests that such unique insight could reveal the unattainable. Line 11, things invisible to see. Here, the poet refers to witnessing things that are normally beyond human perception. This line emphasizes the exceptional nature of the vision needed to accomplish such tasks, underlining the theme of rarity and difficulty. Line 12, ride 10,000 days and nights. The poet suggests an immense journey lasting 10,000 days and nights, illustrating the extreme effort and time required to achieve or discover something significant. This further emphasizes the impracticality of the quest. Line 13, till age snow white hairs on thee. This line implies that even a lifetime may not suffice to complete the journey or uncover the truth. The image of aging reinforces the idea that the search for true fidelity may span a lifetime without success. Line 14, thou, when thou returnest, wilt tell me. The poet anticipates that upon completing such a lengthy and arduous journey, the traveler might return with new knowledge or revelations about their experiences. Line 15, all strange wonders that befell thee. The traveler is expected to recount all the extraordinary and wondrous experiences encountered during their journey. This line continues the theme of discovering something exceptional, although the poet remains skeptical about the results. Line 16, and swear. The poet anticipates that the traveler will make a solemn oath about their findings. This line highlights the expectation of a promise or pledge regarding the truth of their experiences. Line 17, nowhere. This line introduces a negation, reinforcing the poet's skepticism by denying the existence of something sought after. It sets up the conclusion that follows. Line 18, lives a woman true and fair. The poet concludes that despite all the efforts and quests, there is no such woman who is both genuinely faithful and beautiful. This line underscores the central theme of the poem, the rarity and improbability of finding true fidelity. Line 19, if thou find'st one, let me know. Here, the poet conditions the desire to be informed if such a woman is found. It reflects the poet's curiosity, though it remains tempered by skepticism. Line 20, such a pilgrimage were sweet. The poet acknowledges that discovering such a woman would make the journey worthwhile and sweet. This line reflects a desire for the ideal, despite underlying doubts. Line 21, yet do not, I would not go. Despite the potential reward, the poet expresses reluctance to undertake the journey personally. This line conveys a hesitation to pursue what seems unattainable, reinforcing the skepticism. Line 22, though at next door we might meet. The poet mentions that even if the true woman were close by, he would not make the effort to meet her. This line emphasizes the poet's disbelief and reluctance to seek out the ideal. Line 23, though she were true, when you met her. Even if the woman appeared to be faithful at the time of meeting, the poet remains doubtful about the permanence of her fidelity. Line 24, and last, till you write your letter. The poet suggests that her fidelity might endure only until the traveler writes a letter or communicates about her. This line reflects the transient nature of such faithfulness. Line 25, yet she. The poet maintains skepticism about the woman's reliability and faithfulness. Line 26, will be. The poet continues to doubt the woman's true nature. Line 27, false, ere I come, to 2 or 3. The final line concludes that the woman would likely be unfaithful to several men before the poet arrives. This reinforces the central theme of the poem, the improbability of finding genuine, lasting fidelity. Through these lines, John Donne crafts a narrative that explores the elusive nature of true fidelity and virtue. The poem employs fantastical and impossible tasks as metaphors for the rarity of genuine faithfulness, using a consistent structure and skeptical tone to convey its message.
About the poet. John Donne was born on January 22, 1572, in London, England. A leading figure of the metaphysical poetry movement, Donne is renowned for his intricate and intellectually engaging verse. His early education included studies at Oxford and Cambridge, though he did not complete his degrees. Donne's early works were marked by passionate and often erotic themes, reflecting his complex personality and experiences. Later, his poetry evolved to explore spiritual and philosophical themes, particularly evident in his renowned Holy Sonnets. His life was marked by significant personal and professional challenges, including political intrigues and financial difficulties. Despite these, Donne became an influential cleric, eventually serving as the dean of St. Paul's Cathedral. His innovative use of metaphors, exploration of existential themes, and mastery of dramatic monologues have cemented his legacy as one of England's greatest poets. Donne passed away on March 31, 1631.
Hope we summarized it fully and you liked it. Please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel so that we are motivated to create more videos.